Yes, we will not be casting Cell versus either one of these players. It is, in fact, going to be a ZVP for the first time tonight. One of the few Protoss players in this open qualifier.
And we'll see if someone DCs in the middle of this.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen. As we start off a series. Wait, start off?
Mm-hmm.
Start off a series here on Jagannatha LE. We're in the top right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner. We have the pink Protoss player coming out from the land of Taiwan. One of the few Protoss players left in this open qualifier. He is going to be representing GIS? GIS? He is MoRiArTy.
And spawning in the elusive. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Taiwanese Zerg player. He is also a bit of an unknown. He is MysteryMan.
Of course, previously known as Real Akuma.
Mm-hmm.
Which does clear a couple of things up, but it doesn't exactly, for me anyway, it doesn't exactly give too much of a picture of what we should expect from him.
Yeah, exactly. I'm really excited to see what he has to offer here, especially since we haven't been able to cast him in a very long time, almost 6 months, or just over 6 months actually. It's been a very long time, and we'll see how he fares here in current meta. Also, something that isn't confusing at all, as I just looked it up, MoRiArTy is on team Gojon's Italian Stars.
Who's Gojon?
And why are they Italian? That's the important part. It's a Taiwanese. It's a Taiwanese team, and they're Italian.
Huh?
What?
Makes sense.
Does it?
If you think about it.
Does it?
If you think about it.
Huh?
I'm not thinking though, so it doesn't make sense to me.
What's interesting is that I just Googled Gojon's Italian Stars, and it's like, I think there's like some rugby. I don't know, mate. I don't know what's. I don't know, mate. I don't know what's happening here. Oh god.
I guess they're trying to break into esports.
Apparently Gojon is like chicken schnitzel. I don't. We have questions.
But
right?
an Italian version.
Yeah. Anyway.
From Taiwan. Stargate coming up from MoRiArTy.
Oh god.
To be expected, of course, in this current meta. I do like the placement of it though.
Yeah.
Not where you normally expect it to be.
Exactly. As the Overlord dives in, it will get scouted though, so MysteryMan is well aware of the Oracle that is on the way, so we should see a couple of spores started. There we go, spore in the main base, got a couple of queens coming out here in the natural, and we have a decent wave of lings going across the map here. I guess just to keep an eye on the third. I can't imagine they're going to try and break through.
Yeah, I mean, best case scenario might be able to just drain some Oracle energy as well, make sure that the drone damage that it's able to get is even lesser considering the preparation, but look at that, 0 drones killed.
Yeah, exactly. 0 damage done, and the Oracle did take some hull damage, so really nice defense there by MysteryMan. Of course, he confirms that there's a Phoenix after the Oracle. What?
Not a Void Ray, yeah.
Huh.
It is MoRiArTy we're talking about, so he does need to be a little bit devious or a little bit elusive in that sense, but especially since he's not dedicated to Phoenixes either.
Yeah, it's odd, right? Because he only got a Phoenix just to clear out Overlords, but I feel like a Void Ray can do that and is more versatile as well.
He can do that a lot better too.
Yeah, he can.
It's a prismatic alignment in there, and just shred through the overlords. It seems like MoRiArTy is one of the very few players who, I don't know, just doesn't like Void Race?
Well, you know what? The thing is that, like, when Sherlock plays against him, like, the obvious thing to do is go for Void Race, right? So that's why he's got to go for Phoenixes. And only one, because 2 is too obvious at that point.
Exactly. Need to really start keeping him. You need to really keep him on his toes. And to be fair, Oracle does make it out of there. To be fair, this is a very drastic tech switch.
Oh yeah, very drastic. As all these gateways are being thrown down, we do have a Templar Archive, so I imagine Charged Archon is going to be the name of the game here for MoRiArTy, and this could catch his opponent off guard. MysteryMan, he's investing into Roaches. Roaches aren't the most ideal unit against this.
This is exactly what you want to see as a player going for charge slots.
Yeah,
especially a charge slot rush like this.
Yeah, exactly. Meanwhile, ooh, the Lings do get a surround on the Adepts, but the Oracle is not too far away, and it will help clean all these up.
Well, doesn't get the Adept.
Ooh.
Very, very close.
Just barely, mate. And meanwhile, we do have a couple more Zealots being morphed in here towards the bottom right, so we're going to hit that third base. Thankfully, for MysteryMan, the majority of his Roaches are not too far away, so they are in position to react and defend. I say as the Lings leave.
Yeah. And I was going to say, defend against what exactly? Because I don't think those Roaches are going to be defending too much when the Charges are able to get on top of them, when the Archon's able to get some volleys off. Does chase him away for now. MysteryMan, or MoRiArTy rather, just doesn't have enough supply to really tangle with the army, with the defenses of MysteryMan.
Yeah, well, the biggest thing right now is that unfortunately MoRiArTy is supply blocked.
Hard supply blocked.
Yeah, he needs a couple more pylons, otherwise he won't be able to warp in as much as he would like across the map. So 2 pylons did just finish up. We have a forge on the way for those upgrades.
I gotta be honest, I thought those were shield batteries.
Thankfully they were not, otherwise MoRiArTy would be in a pretty bad place. And hopefully he does get some shield batteries here at his third.
Yeah, he really needs them soon. MysteryMan has hit the timing that he wants to go for. Doesn't quite have +1 yet, but Galactic Constitution has finished up earlier on. He can reinforce this point very, very quickly.
Yeah, and somehow they actually managed to avoid those Zealots as they go for a bit of a run by. Here comes our Trafter. The Lings, they get in!
They do manage to get in, and they're wreaking havoc on the mineral line. The Immortal was super exposed and immediately gets taken out.
Oh, God.
Zealots try to come in for a flank, but it might be too much supply. No. It is barely not enough supply here for MysteryMan.
Man, Zealots are pretty good. As soon as those Zealots got on top of the Ravagers just evaporated. But the Lings did slip into the main base. They did get a lot of worker kills. Unfortunately, I don't believe we do have WCS game heart, so 11 probes did go down.
11 probes did go down, as well as one of the Immortals here. Not the highest tech unit you can take out, but you know, whatever you can pick off, right, to try to even out, to try to get yourself an even footing.
Definitely. Honestly, MoRiArTy defended fairly well. Unfortunately, he wanted to be aggressive across the map, right? He wanted to deal some damage to MysteryMan, but he had to keep everything at home. And now MysteryMan, he's fully saturated on 3 bases. He's getting his 4th up and running. His creep spread is also looking pretty good. I say all of that, but again, he's still stuck on Ling Roach. He doesn't have any upgrades yet, so there's still an opportunity here for MoRiArTy.
Yeah, he's trying to transition to the Mutalisk right now, but this is the exact correct timing to hit it as the Protoss player. Gets right on top of the Queens, right on top of that 5th base as well.
Yeah, exactly. The majority of the Queens already went down. Only 2 Queens, sorry, yeah, 2 Queens remaining. The Banelings want to get connections on the Zealots.
And they can almost get it. They don't have Baneling speed though. Most of the Zealots will survive. Banelings connect with the Archons, and that is the last thing you want to happen as a third player.
Yeah, exactly. We do have a couple more Banelings coming in, but they're stuck behind the Roaches. Let them through, Papi. Oh my God.
He did take out the Warpism though, so there's no more sustainability with this army for MoRiArTy. MysteryMan is starting to shift the tides.
Yeah, it looks like MysteryMan may just barely have too much. The Banelings do connect with the sentries and the zealots, and he does push MoRiArTy away.
At the exact worst time as well, or the worst time for MysteryMan, I should say. Picking off that War Prism is absolutely key. Not only is he able to, live and keep this game going, but he gets away with his transition.
Exactly, as the Spire did finish up. So if he wanted to, he could switch. There we go. Mutas are starting to be produced, and this could be the nail in the coffin. Sure, MoRiArTy has a couple of Archons. That's great and all, but Archons aren't they aren't the most mobile units. And if the Mutas go into one of the bases, then the mineral line is just going to go down.
Yeah, we'll have to keep on top of the losses.
That's what we will. Meanwhile, we do have the War Prism heading out across the map. It does get spotted by the Overlord, and immediately MysteryMan is reacting.
Yeah, once again, just being a little bit defensive. Again, the War Prism has almost limitless possibilities here, but they do get limited somewhat when the Mutas come out, forces a recall, and now MysteryMan can finally go for the push he wanted to go for.
Yeah, exactly. All the zealots get cleaned up. Now MysteryMan has absolutely nothing to worry about, and he can start pushing out across the map. What is there to defend? Sure, there are 3 Immortals and 4 Archons. This is pretty good, but there's no buffer, right? There's nothing to protect them.
I just realized MoRiArTy has literally 0 shield batteries.
He doesn't make Void Rays, and he doesn't make shield batteries. He's like the anti-Protoss. He's oh god.
He is straight up from the 19th century.
Well, even in Brood War, there were shield batteries. Like, come on, mate. Like, what's going on?
But before that, though, yeah, not a whole lot of defenses here for MoRiArTy. MysteryMan started really overwhelmed with the Roach Ravager count. The Biles, a lot of them land beautifully. And there isn't a buffer left for these Immortals. It looks like we're going to have our GG.
Yeah, exactly.
MysteryMan going to take game number 1.
GG, well played. MoRiArTy, he was playing well, he was fighting well, but as we saw, as soon as that War Prism went down, like, that push just lost so much of its power, and I feel like that was a really crucial moment. I feel like if that War Prism managed to survive, warps in another round of Zealots, maybe MoRiArTy would have been able to break MysteryMan.
Funnily enough, it's one of those things where he caught MysteryMan with his pants down, right, as he was transitioning to Spire, but then MysteryMan just picked them back up. If that makes sense.
MysteryMan, he had a belt.
He did.
Just would not let his pants be pulled down. God. Meanwhile, shout out to the Zerg Lord. I keep saying that. Zerg Troll in the chat. Good morning. Hold on. Let's get WCS in here.
Yeah, might as well if we can help it.
We'll see. We can get in here. Oh. Yeah. Oh, shout out to ALGS, mate.
Is able to translate what we're saying. Always gotta appreciate that. Meanwhile, there's a bit of an update in the bracket here. We do have the first player getting into a qualifying match, that being Kevin Liu, waiting for the winner of Eternity versus Dreama. One of them is going to qualify for the close qualifiers.
Yeah, that they will. I know there's a lot of hype around Kevin Liu. I believe he did also make it to the closed qualifier last season.
Just about, yeah. Definitely in the upper middle tier, shall we call it that, of the Taiwan, Hong Kong, Mongolia, Macau region, Asia Pacific, rest of Asia.
Exactly. Meanwhile, of course, our admin is just making sure that all 3 additional casters here are indeed casters on ALGS. As I know Top Rush is.
Yeah, Top Rush and Shaky from 2 days ago that were also around here in Qualifier number 1.
Mhm.
Not so sure about I don't know what the Mandarin is.
Well, for qualifier number 1, they only had 2 casters. I remember that. So I guess they have an additional one. Maybe one of them is a dedicated observer. Maybe they're going for a full tricast.
When did we get our dedicated observer in?
I mean, that's Kuro. What do you? Oh god, that's the dream, mate. One day. 5 years from now, we're gonna have our own studio, quote unquote studio. We're basically gonna rent out a house and turn it into our studio, and we're gonna be set up like that. It's gonna be amazing.
In Botswana?
In Cancun, mate. What are you on about?
I was just thinking what probably costs rent. There we go. That's the word. Pretty low. But regardless, we are continuing our best of 3 pre-qualifying match, is what I'll call it. On Romanticide LE, we're in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We have the pink Protoss player coming down from the land of Taiwan, but also representing Italy, apparently. He is from, what was it, Gujan, Italian Stars. He is the enigmatic MoRiArTy.
I'm actually gonna copy paste it for you. Hold on, in live feed.
Yeah.
Where are we? Here.
It'll be useful to figure out how to pronounce it. Well, it's Goj.
Gojons, yeah.
See, I thought you were.
I was pronouncing it the way it was written, okay? That's what I was doing.
I thought that would be like a U in there or something like that.
No.
Yeah, I thought it was like one of those weird Italian words. Apparently not.
Meanwhile, like Howda, like Gouda, Gouda, sorry.
Yeah, Gouda or Gouda.
Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Romanticide LE, we have the Taiwanese Zerg player representing himself. It is MysteryMan.
So Gojon with a U is apparently like chicken strips.
Yeah, that's what I got on Google as well. That's why I'm I just don't know.
This is without a U.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, mate. Maybe they ran out of characters. Maybe they maybe that's just how they spell it in Taiwan. I don't know.
Also, why Italian?
Yeah, why Italian? Explain, MoRiArTy. Explain. Maybe he went to Italy to hide from
Sherlock.
Yeah, maybe he went to hide from Sherlock, you know?
Is that where you want to go to hide?
Or maybe that's why Black Mamba's gone.
Dude, we need to be on the case.
Because Black Mamba, that sounds like some kind of mafia boss, right? Or like an enforcer, you know?
That was a snake.
What's wrong with you, Nate?
The fastest venomous snake in the world.
Oh.
In fact.
Yeah? How much APM does he have?
I mean, they don't have fingers. So.
Oh, it's a shame.
Yeah, they have to mash their heads on the keyboard. They're using their tail to control the mouse.
Well, in my mind, they use their fangs. You know how they have 2 fangs? And yeah.
Oh, they use their fangs for the mouse, left click and right click. And then they use their tail as like 1 finger.
Yeah. There you go.
That's the idea. There we go. That's how they're gonna do it. You're welcome, XCOM.
You're welcome, snake people. Daunted.
MoRiArTy's doing it again, by the way.
He is. This time.
Actually, no, this time.
Yeah.
He switched it up. Phoenix into Oracle.
Right. He's amazing, right? He went Phoenix first to deny the scout, except the scout still happened.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. Look, there's a reason why Sherlock always catches MoRiArTy, okay? There's a reason why he doesn't win.
Because he's diligent. Scouting.
Exactly.
Sherlock is actually solar.
Ooh, speaking of diligent, okay, I legitimately like this. MoRiArTy is going double Stargates, and the Overlords are dead. They cannot scout this, as MoRiArTy, I imagine, is going to be going Mass Phoenix. I imagine.
Unless this is the time he decides to go for Void Race, but we'll see. He is going for Mass Phoenixes, and alright. This is something I'm liking a whole lot more.
Yeah, exactly.
He did in game number 1.
I love it as well because he's putting his opponent in a false sense of security, right? He goes Phoenix first, then an Oracle. The opponent scouts the Oracle. It's like, oh, okay, you're just like looking to be aggressive. You're just trying to deny the scout, and I got you, mate. I got you. I scouted anyway. You know, that's what's going through Mystery Man's head right now. But really, it's anything but that.
Well, he still does have to worry about
He does.
harass from the air, but a very different kind of harass. Phoenixes can be used in the main army composition as well as a support unit. I do worry for if MoRiArTy overcommits to the Phoenixes.
Definitely, because at the end of the day, if a ground army comes, what does he have to defend, right? Like, these Phoenixes do really well harassing across the map, and that's what's going to happen. Eventually, he's going to reach critical mass, go across the map, hit one of these bases, take out the Overlords, take out the Queens, take out the drones, and just eviscerate everything here. But if Mystery Man goes for a ground counterattack with Roach Ravager, it's like, who knows how much damage he's going to deal. And here we go.
So to move out with the Phoenixes. Does get caught by Mystery Man now. But I'm curious as to what damage he'll actually get done. Could delay. There we go. Denies the 4th base.
Mate.
Actually jumping right on top of these Overlords. That is actually a lot of value, unironically.
Yeah, he gets a Queen as well. Ooh, a couple of transfuses do just barely save the Queen. But there we go. Finally, he gets into one of these mineral lines, picks up as many workers as he can, and all of these Overlords are under threat.
Just like slow, Mystery Man is about to get supply capped. Not if morphing in a couple more Overlords has anything to say about that. Alright, pretty decent damage. 5 drones, 2 Overlords, and I mean only losing 1 Phoenix so far.
Yeah, honestly, this is pretty amazing right now. And there aren't that many Queens. Honestly, if you wanted to, you could probably pick up 3 of them, 3 of the high energy ones, and just keep going ham. Ooh, forced to recall due to this Roach counterattack. Honestly, I don't even think he needed to recall just because there's barely any Roaches here.
Yeah, the Phoenixes don't exactly... They're not exactly a slow unit when they're up in the skies. We'll be able to deal with these Roaches, and now it's kind of Mystery Man's... It's kind of Mystery Man's turn to try to even out the damage done. Is finishing up that Spire, but how many mutas can he afford? Quite a bit, actually.
I was about to say Corruptors, by the way. I don't know if you want to... you don't want to go mutas against Phoenixes. But I'm worried, though, because if he does commit to Corruptors, then what happens when MoRiArTy goes for a ground-based army? Like, the Corruptors are going to be so much dead supply. Thankfully, though, for Mystery Man, I will say, is that MoRiArTy is committing, he's working on +1 fire attack, and he's going for a Fleet Beacon.
This is best case scenario for Mystery Man, honestly. It is not too late for MoRiArTy to switch his tech once he sees the Corruptors come out or anything, but he is investing super heavy in his Sky Toss army.
Yeah, I would like... he's almost playing like But Always. Almost. He's almost there. Because But Always, by now, he would already be starting Void Ray production. If you remember, that's what he did last year, where he goes heavy into Phoenixes, forces a Corruptor response, and is already working on a Void Ray transition. So when the Corruptors come out, they just die to the Void Rays, and then just GG.
But instead, MoRiArTy is going for the Carriers. Which is a bold move. He is transitioning Carriers for pretty early on, though. So he will be able to get quite a good amount of them out.
Yeah, it's just they're also not ideal against Corruptors. The Corruptors, they finally show themselves. There we go. Finally, he actually cancels the Carriers, and he's switching to Void Rays.
For the best, really.
Yeah, definitely. But again, you know, this goes to show the difference between MoRiArTy and But Always. Like, But Always would have the forethought of knowing what his opponent is going to go for and prepare for that. Instead, MoRiArTy is reacting, and that does mean the transition is a little bit slower. He will have the Void Rays though, and yeah, we're gonna be going into, I imagine, a bit of a longer game here.
It's about time. I feel like we were robbed of longer games on Romanticide for
True.
quite a while. This is the original macro map in the current map rules, so I'm glad that we're seeing a bit of a longer game here. Well, glad, quote unquote. Hopefully, hopefully the power plant doesn't have anything to say about that.
Now, so far it's been pretty good, you know. Fingers crossed, right?
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. Oh boy. And this is very interesting. So MysteryMan did start a infestation pit. There we go. Finally, Hive is on the way. I don't think he wants to fight until he gets Vipers. Vipers are going to be crucial here when it comes to power bombs, parasitic bombs, as well as abducts.
Absolutely. There's no way you can fight Void Rays with Corruptors in a hit-on engagement. You need that little bit of AoE damage over time from the Parabomb. I would not be opposed to MysteryMan getting 1 or 2 Infestas either. Try to get a good fungal off and really get as much as you can out of the Parabomb.
Yeah, you can definitely go for a bit of a 1-2 punch there. It can obviously take a lot to set up and really execute, but if you are able to do it, it pays for itself, and you can just win the game from there. Meanwhile, MysteryMan is actually maxed out, and he's looking to just push up the ramp with his Ling Bane Ravager Queen Corruptor.
Yeah, he needs to get rid of some of his supply here, but I'm not sure if this is the most ideal way to go about it. Ducklings do come in, and they are going to mess up one of the mineral lines at the very least. Ooh, 11-14 probes go down. MoRiArTy has a bit of a mineral bank, but not so much when it comes to gas. Probes start to come in. The Void Rays are actually targeting the queens.
Oh god, that they were. Thankfully, they do dodge some of the biles. A couple of the others were landing. It looks like the Phoenixes are falling to the Corruptors, and all the Queens, meanwhile, have fallen to the Void Rays.
What an interesting scenario we got here. Still plenty underground here from MysteryMan. Does take out the Cybercore. No more air upgrades for MoRiArTy. And the Lakes are still looking to get even more damage done. 32. MoRiArTy was in such a good economic position for so long. And in the blink of an eye, he's thrown it all away.
Honestly, it was the Ling Bane that made that attack worth it for MysteryMan. Like, MysteryMan barely killed any of the Void Rays. He killed all the Phoenixes, but really it wasn't that worth it. The Lings just going to town on the mineral lines was key there, just killing as many workers as possible and really putting MoRiArTy behind in the economy. But now the Void Rays are going across the map.
Yeah, I'm not convinced this is enough right now for MysteryMan. He's got a lot of Corruptors, but interesting to point out, we mentioned earlier on, MysteryMan has still not gotten a single Viper.
And that's what I'm worried about. I mean, he had the Hive, he has it, he's ready with it, but oh my god, we'll see if he has enough Corruptors to really take down these Void Rays. He's struggling a little bit right now. He's losing a lot of Corruptors.
Yeah, he needs to target down the weaker Void Rays, but MoRiArTy is doing such a good job of keeping that bunch up together. Very hard to start target firing.
Oh god, that looks like
cannot afford to get caught up by the Interceptors.
Yeah, there was a lot of move command there, and the Void Rays are actually falling. 3 of them immediately go down, and now GG gets called. MysteryMan takes game 2.
And he's going to the first qualifying match, it seems. Well played here from MysteryMan. Honestly, MoRiArTy this time had the tools he needed. He had, again, just everything you need to deal with a Ling Bane Roach Queen Corruptor army, and he was trading pretty well against them. When it came down to the actual engagement, though, I mean, Void Rays are a little bit distracted here and there. The Ling Bane, as you said, really caused a lot of damage in the mineral lines. MoRiArTy's forced all in from that point, and MysteryMan had way too much defender's advantage on his side.
Yeah, MoRiArTy was basically forced all in because of the amount of workers he lost, right? Like, because of just how much damage that Ling Bane did. And he was trading well. The problem was that, like, he was all in, right? He just didn't have, he was desperate at that point. He was forcing himself to fight, even in the most, like, awkward positions or the, just the worst positions for him to fight. He just had to make something happen there, and in the end, MysteryMan was able to defend beautifully, or defend well enough, I should say, and he takes the series.
GG.
GG.